LA Times had an article, and I'll just read through it. So this lady, Catherine Fiore Tigerman, broke out in a cold sweat, her shirt damp. She scrolled through the text messages from her best friend, alerting her that comedian Chris D'Elia was being accused of sexual misconduct by scores of women on Twitter. It was 4, and that was proven false. That the emails, while they were young, 18, it's still legal. He did nothing and wasn't, there's a whole thing about grooming and all this shit, but it's like, that's, I don't agree with that. I think 18-year-old girls are fucking horrible. I don't know why people are attracted to people that are even 18. Like, 21's pushing it. I'm like, you are so fucking annoying. I would venture to say that if you're a 40-year-old plus person, if you dip past fucking 40, like, what the fuck are you doing? Everybody under your age is so fucking annoying. I don't even give a shit about any of them. There's like, oh, cool, you want to find out about me? I'm not interested in talking to you. Oh, yeah. And then you go past that, and it's like people that do TikTok and your shit, and you're like, oh, cool, you got a bunch of likes for dancing to a song that somebody else did. I don't get it. To each their own. But, it's been proven nobody did anything illegal. But anyway, so we're going on this. I love these articles, and I don't think I'm going to get through the whole thing because I think that would be way too long, but it's funny to me, to say the least. Like, these articles that are trying to prove that people are just dirtbags always have the most fucking melancholy approach. If that's even too light. Like, they have the most dreadful way. I can't even say. It's like, how to explain it. You gotta like read an article where they talk about this shit. It's always sided towards the person without a court hearing or anything. It's like before all this shit. And they just have this narrative in there that's just so off-putting. And I'm talking, it doesn't have to do with just this situation. It's just like when there's an accusation made on any level, it's just like there's pictures of these people like sitting on a fucking swing or like, sitting there looking off into the distance with a frowny face and shit. Like, the articles are always comedic. So this article continues on. Lightheaded, she logged on to Twitter to scan allegations. She found that many of the tweets referred not just to D'Elia's supposed misconduct, but to that of his tight circle of male comedians. My first thought was, is something going to happen with Bryan? Tigerman recalled. Reading all the comments, I thought, here it comes. I know how this terrible this person is for 20 years, and maybe I'm not the only one. I'm kind of like the way Dave Chappelle is. He's in his most recent comedy special. He's like, I'm what they call a victim blamer. There's all this. You can read the article. It's on LA Times. I've got like 12 pages written out, but I don't want to like get into all of the stuff that was said. It's all very circumstantial, and like there's literally no proof on there that anything is happening. There's just a bunch of things that are all like, you could tell by reading this article that it's like pushed on by the fucking person that wrote it, because if you look at her background, I wish I wrote down her name, but she's she's self-proclaimed feminist. It's just like this fucking narrative that's pushed out. Like, Tigerman is not the only woman who claims Callen was sexually inappropriate with her. And what does that fucking mean? Is it like sexually inappropriate? I don't get sexually inappropriate at all, because I just stay away from everyone. Women, men, myself. I go to bed completely clothed, because I don't even want the aliens to come in and fucking see my wiener. That's not what I'm about. But it's so fucking dramatic. Like, go and read it, and it's like all of these articles in themselves are fucking so fucking dramatic. Like, I don't get the concept of, and I'm going to put this out there for any ladies that are watching him. If any ladies that are watching this podcast, if you ever, God forbid, if you ever get raped in the future, fucking say something immediately. Don't do shit like, let me look at this section. If you are, hopefully, I swear to God, hopefully not, because it's the worst thing that I think could happen, because I know somebody that was legitimately raped, and it's a fucking mind fuck. It's like it fucking takes everything from you as a woman, or me. I'm not. I was raped by this big fat ginger chick, and it was like, I got a story now, but it's different for guys, right? I want to find this one part that I was talking about. Some of the shit in here is just so ridiculous. I can't even imagine. Like, even my fucking wildest dude friends even saying this shit. How about that blowjob? Callen said. Like, come on. Seriously, fucking the way they portray men, like, because I know dudes that are fucking dickheads to chicks, but even them, it's just like, it's not. Like, I can't imagine, like, money and power, right? Like, there's a big thing about money and power in this sort of world because they all are millionaires. And I don't, like, but it, I don't think, whatever level you go up, unless you're like a Jeffrey Epstein or some shit, who's like a fucking psychopath. Like, normal people aren't like this, from what I know, But I also don't associate with these type of people. But what the fuck is that part? I don't want to continue to fucking just go on it and leave you guys hanging and sitting here listening to me breathe out of my fucking mouth into the microphone. But anyway, guys don't fucking act this way. That I know, at least. And I know some dirty ass dudes, but nobody does that. Just to get away from all that, because yes, I believe that men abuse their power, no doubt. I believe that men rape women. I believe that women rape men. I believe people are assholes. And I think that, people should be nicer to each other in general, as odd as that is to hear from me. For me, it's like, I don't really like to be around people because I know the intentions of people. I know how they are. And I know that people generally, I would say a good amount of people out there will fucking just, they will manipulate and use whatever leverage they have to benefit themselves instead of just being good people to each other. And I think that's like, there are people out there that take advantage of situations where a young comedian, a young female comedian wants to get stage time, and a more famous comedian will go, "Yo, well, you suck my dick and you can get on." Like, I believe that has probably happened or is still happening, I don't think it's happened as much these days, because if you do that shit and you're a sociopath and you take advantage of people like that in this day and age, you're looking for to get beat down or like legally in trouble or go to jail. Like, it's fucking crazy this day and age that people still act this way, and I think it really does happen. Do I believe that after all I've seen with Bryan Callen and Chris D'Elia, do I believe that they're guilty of that shit? I think they're guys, and I think that they want to get laid if I look at it, but I don't, just from all the shit I've seen from all sides, this article included, I think, honestly, it's people trying to fucking go after them because they're millionaires. That's just my opinion, but it hasn't been proven in the court of law, and that's what I'm about. If you can prove it, and, it's up to the person that's accusing to prove that it's actually true. So if that's the case, let them burn. If that's the case, let them burn, and I probably won't watch their shit anymore. Although it's funny, I'll say that,